What's up, guys? Back at it at the garage, Zuma Guy garage that is, and we have the world's cheapest 50F ever on the surgical table. And man, I'm just curious. I'm really curious to see what condition this motor is even in. So with that being said, first I would have to even, you know, address this rat's nest of a wire harness. So I think I'm going to take this harness off. I have some extra parts in the original wire harness off of this bike right here that we made two stroke. So I have a bunch of takeoffs, all the original wire harnesses and everything. So we could just take this harness and at least try to crank this thing up, see if we even got sparks, see if this motor's even good, see if it's even an option to keep this motor. But if it was up to me, you know what I would do, guys. That thing would be two stroke just like that thing. But again, you guys are going to go in the comments. You guys are going to let me know what you guys want to see on this bike. If you guys want to see a stock build, if you guys want to see this thing go back to 4-stroke, or if you want to go liquid cooled 2-stroke or air cooled 2-stroke, whatever you guys want, just let me know. Or maybe we can even change the whole motor platform. You know, let's get crazy. Let's put a 150 on it. Let's do something weird, you know. So whatever you guys want to see, let me know. But as of right now, I'm gonna take this harness right here. Oh, these things are heavy. I'm gonna take this harness and I'm going to replace this harness and see if this thing even cranks over, if we got spark, if the fuel pump even primes, what parts are even good on this thing, and then we'll just make a really educated guess together on what we should do next step. All right, guys, here's the harness. It's officially removed. All the plugs are still on it. So I do know when we took off this old harness off the other 50F, the 2-stroke one, I do know that we cut a few plugs. So I'm going to be taking them from this harness and repairing the harness that we cut intentionally. But this harness is still in way better condition than that harness. So let's slap this one on. We'll see what plugs up and then we'll repair what needs to be repaired. All right, guys, check it out. The new harness, or the new old harness, is on from the old 50F that we had. It's all plugged in. All the wires are plugged in. There was a lot of corrosion in this stock harness that came on the bike already. Even on like the wires and stuff, it was really hard to get those apart. So I tried to clean them up as best as I could. This harness, actually, we didn't cut too much stuff off. We do have to replace this right here. This is where the fuse goes. And we have to add the fuel pump wire back on. So that's the pigtail right there, and it goes into here. So I'm gonna solder this stuff up, and then we should be able to add a battery and crank this thing and see if we have spark and if this motor is even worth salvaging. All right, so the harness is on. I soldered up that wire. I'm gonna hit our switch. I feel a little bit of gas in there. I don't have any gas. I gotta run up to the gas station to get some gas, but we're gonna first hit the key and see if this even primes. If it does anything, that'll be a good sign. And then we'll go to maybe even throwing some starting fluid in there because I don't have any gas right now. And seeing if the thing would even spark or even start up or do something, you know? So let's hit that switch. Alright, so that's a good sign. Relays clicked and the fuel pump primed. That's a good sign. want to see if the starter works. And that battery is too. So let's throw the jump pack on it. Alright, so I got the jump pack on this thing. Just gonna spray some starting fluid in there. Let's start this thing up. Is running. You guys saw it. It just started up pretty easy. I only sprayed a little bit of starter fluid in that thing and it started right up. God knows how long this thing's been sitting. There's a whole bunch of rust and everything on it. So I'm gonna run to the gas station and get some gas, but that's great news, guys. So this motor, this whole setup how it is right now is another option to just either build a 50F or leave this motor or just restore it and do a crazy paint job or something. That's another option. So yeah, let's go get some gas and then we'll start this thing up and see if it idles longer. All right guys, just came from the gas station, got some premium. So I think should start now with no starter fluid. Let's start this thing up. Look at that. Uh-oh. There we go. Just like that, guy, the thing's running. Oh, there is coolant in it. That's good news. Look at that exhaust though. There's definitely an exhaust leak. But she's running, man. Let's see if I can give her some gas. Oh, it does not like that. I don't know why it's turning off like that. Let's see. It started back up this time. Maybe this thing just hasn't ran in a long time. This thing's got to be. Honestly, I think the throttle is just set too low to idle. Alright, there she is, guys. It's running on its own. Some new gas in it. This thing's nasty looking. Look at that's nasty. Oil coming out the breather. But again, she's running, so now this motor is an option. Maybe since I do have some extra parts, look, I have another muffler right here, full exhaust that's not all welded up, so maybe I'll swap this exhaust out and get rid of that exhaust leak, and then I'll just jump general maintenance and see what happens. Alright guys, so we're gonna remove this exhaust now. I took all the bolts out of it already, and I just want to see this thing for the first time with you guys so we can laugh together. Ooh, it's hot. Here she is, guys. Check that out. That is ridiculous. That is literally gas pipe. Look at 1/2-inch gas pipe welded. This is ridiculous. Oh my god. That's funny. So this thing's toast. We're gonna swap it out. We're gonna swap it out with a OEM one that's not welded up, and we should be good. I was going to replace the exhaust. I found all the correct hardware that I need for mounting the exhaust, and I'm gonna put that on. But before I do that, I figured I have more room and flexibility if I was able to remove the radiator now. So I'm going to take the radiator off and swap it out with a new one, or the old one, because this one is completely toast. It's mangled. So that thing's not doing anything. So I'm gonna drain it, and then I'm gonna swap the radiator out, and then I will put the exhaust on. And also I found the stock air box, so maybe we'll just take the parts that we need off of this one to make that one complete. All right, so I just mixed up some coolant, 50-50, and I'm gonna use my awesome funnel. This funnel's awesome. I think you can even buy one of these on Scooter Swap Shop if I'm not mistaken. I think I saw one of these on their website before. But I had this for a very long time. This is awesome. This is a red line funnel, and it helps to get in those hard to reach places. I use this a lot on like my Harleys and stuff. But I'm just gonna fill this up. Right there, that's full. So I'm gonna start the bike up. I put the new exhaust on it from the other bike. I put a new gasket in it, exhaust gasket, because there was none. You saw we changed the air box. We changed the whole air box to the nicer one, and I even found the piece that goes on the kickstart, the plastic covering. So I put that on. That's missing one bolt. I got to find the right bolt for that. And then I also have to take this plastic shield off of this old one and slap it on this one right here. But these have to be drilled out because someone tried already and stripped them all out. So this thing again is hilarious. Look at this thing. All right, anyway. So now I'm gonna start it up. I'm gonna bleed the system. It should be a lot quieter. It should run a lot better, maybe. All right, let's try it. Turn this thing on. Start it right up. And I'm gonna top this thing off. And I'm still missing a few hoses. The one that goes to... Actually, do I have it? No, I don't. Yeah, so I'm missing a few hoses. Oh, I do have it. This is it. Why did they do this? This is the hose that goes to this. There we go. And while I'm at it, I'm just going to fill up the reservoir. Actually, I'm going to fix the plastics on the other side and then I'll fill up the reservoir. There's some weird noises coming from the CVT. And I got to figure out that cutting off issue. We're gonna let this thing warm up for a little while, and then we're gonna come back. We're gonna check the oil. This motor claims to have about 9,000 miles on it. These things are bulletproof, man. Something making a little noise in there. I'm gonna let this thing warm up, idle, open the doors, let this thing vape out. But I'm probably gonna go around the other side and fix some of those plastics. And then when we come back, we'll come back and we'll check the oil. And who knows, maybe we'll even drive this thing. I don't know yet. So you saw we just put some oil in it, and I also found the rattling noise is right there. The bolt's missing, so hear that. So there it is right there. So to be honest, this motor sounds really good now, especially since there's oil in it. But it's actually really quiet. So I think this motor's good. I saw the dash. I never checked the dash before. It said I think it's at 9,900 miles. So just under 10,000 miles. This thing's good. These things are bulletproof anyway. So I'm gonna fix this right here now, and then I'm just gonna fix it up and then try to zip tie all this stuff up so it's sitting nice in the proper way. And also I zip tied all the harness where it needs to be besides this part right here, because this goes inside the seat. But everything else is all zip tied and secure. So all I have to do is find a bolt for that, because they actually drilled up the bolt that goes in there, so I have to make something work for that. But other than that, this thing's moving along nicely, man. Alright guys, so that's all zip tied in there, and that crack is all zip tied nice and strong now. I cleaned up all the wiring and I zip tied it to the factory location, so it's running the way it should be. That rat nest is gone. These are still loose because these go in the trunk. We changed the air box, we changed the radiator, we changed the exhaust, we fixed a lot of these plastics, and then we're gonna keep rock and rolling on this thing. This thing starts right up now. Yeah, that thing's lit. Starts right up. Has some power. So this thing's coming along, man. So there it is, guys. That motor works. You guys go down in the comments below and tell me what you guys want to do with this bike. Do you want to keep it the 50F 4-stroke, or do you want to go 2-stroke? Do you want to go 2-stroke air cooled, liquid cooled, whatever you guys want? Just kind of comment in the bottom, and we'll take a little poll, and then we'll figure out what to do with this thing. But this thing came a long way already. I was surprised this thing even started up, but this thing is on the way. So you guys know what to do. Like, subscribe. Peace.